Alrighty, it is time for us to continue the adventures of... Okay, not these adventures. We've done this. We've done this. We've been here. Crap. With or mega, whatever the hell you want to call it, Hippodromus. No, it's time for us to continue our adventures of Atlantis. We've done the birth of Atlantis, little struggle, and now we're gonna bring the enlightenment of Atlantis to the west. With Atlantis safely settled, the thirst for knowledge draws the Atlanteans westwards. This adventure is above average difficulty and consists of 4 parent city episodes and 3 colony episodes, so yeah. We'll see what we will be able to pull off.
Order! Order, please! Will the council please come to order? Zeus, Diaprepe, stop fighting over the last piece of steak. The cooks will bring out more. With that, Atlon, the High King of Atlantis, called to order the Council of Atlantis, a meeting of the rulers of the 10 kingdoms of Atlantis. And now a report from Steve Rose, head of the Grand Westward Expedition. A burly, well-tanned fellow stood up and spoke. Crikey, the things I saw west of here will amaze you. I came across a new land filled with astounding animals like ocelots, otters, manatees, and geckos. And the trees, big leafy green trees like mangroves, beechnuts, and mahoganies blanketed the land. And how did I learn about all these animals and plants? From the people. They call themselves Mayans. Ain't they beauties? The council unanimously decided that more exploration of these western lands was needed, and that one of the rulers of Atlantis should personally oversee the voyages. As the leader of the westernmost kingdom, you were chosen to direct the expeditions. Unfortunately, the old capital of your kingdom is not at all suited to support the far-reaching journeys. A new city must be built that will facilitate long trips across the ocean. After all the matters facing the continent of Atlantis were addressed, the council adjourned with a recitation of the Symphonia Ithacos. By the sacred pact forged between Atlanteans and the gods by Atlas himself, all Atlanteans pledge to hold high the values of science and knowledge and renounce warfare and bloodshed, except in self-defense.
Alright, well, looks like we're gonna go westwards thanks to Steve Irwin. And, well, gotta get some marble, gotta get some olive oil and a few townhouses. That's a pretty good start for a city. So what are we working with? Oh my, this is... wow. This is very vast open land. That is fantastic. Is there any fish, perhaps? Any fish we can catch? What are our food options anyways? We have farms. Olive trees, okay. Where's the fertile land at? Oh, right here. Okay. It looks like we'll be pretty starved for food altogether. So let's see, which type of trade routes do we have available? Okay. Emperor is willing to sell us some oranges, perhaps. That's quite nice. We can buy sculptures and orichalk, and we can sell black marble, but we don't have black marble. Willing to sell wheat. I think we're going to be importing more wheat. Willing to sell us fleece, that is something we need, and they're willing to buy marble. They're willing to buy bronze, and Urukai is willing to sell us olive oil. The other question I have, by the looks of it, the question has already been answered. We do not have access to oil, so oil. We don't have access to copper, so this is going to be a bit resource starved. Right, without much further ado, let's get going. So I think I was messing around with the house layout. So what I usually do is I create like these, I think 5x6 blocks, and I decided to change them around to be smaller and longer, because that means we can fit more houses on the sides, something along those lines. It made sense back then. Oh, it was because of the dead space inside, right? That being said, do we have access by any chance to... Yes, we do have access to Boulevard. Right, I think I know how I want to build this. So we're gonna make a tree long, like that. Oh shit, I need to do some math. Crap! Alright, hold on, this is important. I'm still gonna pull up my cheat sheet. You know, the marvelous thing that I have made like 10,000 years ago that that has the Walker tile length on top of it, or, you know, that I wrote down. And water being 26 tiles, that means that one circle can be roughly about 51 if I want to make a full circle. And 51 divided by 2, well, it's 25. That doesn't make sense. 51 minus 4 is 47, 46, 23. Oh my god, my brain is doing weird things. 23 divided by 2. Say 22, 11, 9. Ah, fuck it. That's my answer to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23. We can try this. Let's see if this works. If this works, I'll be very happy, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work out, so I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. Right. Water fountain, infirmary, maintenance office. Ah! Bollocks, I forgot the most obvious here. Part of the strategy relies on avenues. So avenues is the thing that's gonna give us that little bit of extra appeal. Oh man, this is gonna be expensive if I'm not careful enough. We can also make a palace, which is quite nice. Palace does what the palace does best, and that is raise taxes. Or get taxes, which means we can have a tax office. I'll fix this at a later date. I don't want to tear it down. And eventually I'm also gonna have to build these amphoras. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff what we're doing at this point. You know, nothing special about it. And I'm pretty sure I'll regret whatever the hell I'm creating at the moment. Okay, so from one side to another, that is 66. Gotcha. But this must be 63. I mean, I'm pretty sure that what I'm doing is over-engineering yet again. I tend to have a very bad habit for that. Also, I probably should have gotten one tiny extra space in between. Would have been handy, but no going back now. Alright, we'll slap down some avenue right off the bat. I think the important part is we get the basic services operational. Which is right over here. So one thing that is worth remembering. Atlanteans do not believe in culture, they believe in science. They are very convinced about science and they believe science is the way forward. That means in our case... I want to block this off? I probably do want to block it off. That means in our case we have different buildings that we got to deal with. And the real downside of dealing with bigger buildings is that, you know, we have astronomy, an observatory which is quite large. The library is really small, but even the laboratory itself is relatively big, so we're going to be taking up a lot more space with it. So I want to try to be as space efficient as possible. Alright, speak about being as space efficient as possible. I am so bad at this. It's not even funny. Like, I'd love to maximize the available space that I have here, but I'm not really pulling it off at all. Not even close. Alright, well that's fine. I guess that's fine. Okay, yeah, I am going overkill, complete and total overkill on the wheat farms. I can't explicitly disable a singular wheat farm, so that is pretty embarrassing, all things considered. Let's get 2 for food right off the bat. A little road right over there. With a good old granary, excellent. Eventually I'll get a second granary, but we're not quite there yet. Too bad we can't grow our own oranges. Okay. Either this is going to work or this isn't going to work. I'm pretty sure that if it doesn't work, I'll be pretty pissed. Well, won't I be pretty pissed? Alright, let's see what we got. But yeah, that's like one of the things I think that is a big issue for me. I tend to over-engineer at the start. And when I say over-engineer, I think like this stuff is way too large. I can make it way smaller. And indirectly way more efficient. Alright, where are my immigrants? Where are you guys at? Oh, there they are. Excellent. So we need a total of 200 employees. That shouldn't be too shabby. You're invited to every symposium. And one of the first things we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to export marble. That is probably the main way that we can actually raise some money. Oh, and sell wheat, I suppose. Can we actually sell olive oil? I didn't think I saw that pop by. Doesn't look like tandem. No, tandem will be later there, Dap. Tandem will be later. I did update the stream stuff properly, didn't I? Let me just double check. I'm a bit paranoid right now. It won't be the first time that Twitch has failed me in a horrendous way. No, we're good. We're good to go. I can't give up on Zeus, right? Great game. Okay. So by the looks of it, we have plenty of houses for everybody. That's a pretty good start. Which means that I probably should start focusing at least on the exports. The first one is gonna be marble, but I could alternatively buy... Nobody is selling me bronze, that bothers me. Freaking Mayans, I can't believe it. Like, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but Mayans, really? Color me surprised. The water carriers, how are you guys doing? Hey, we even have unemployment right now. Alright, so the first month is gonna be a bit rough on the food. Oh my god, this is not a full circle. Oh shit, this is not a full circle. What about these guys? Ah shit, it's one too long. Well, I did mention that I wanted some additional space in between here. So I guess... ooh. Okay, okay. I will suffer for this. Don't worry. I will suffer for this. I'm a bit miffed. I'm a bit miffed I screwed up. Nothing new there, right? Every single time. I should have seen this coming from miles away. That's like the most embarrassing part. What can I say? I put the city in planning because I definitely am not putting the planning in there. Alright, we will fix this back up. Let's go. I mean, I was going out on a limb. Or I was going out on a, I was trying. That's what I'm trying to say here. I was trying. I just miserably failed.
I am the strong and mighty
Ooh.
Atlas.
Oh boy, looks like this guy has back problems. Popularity has dwindled to very low levels. Alright, so we have a pretty good chunkable size of unemployment. Now, if that's good or bad, I don't know. The answer is, it's probably bad. But I can work with it. I can definitely work with it. But one of the things I want to set up, what the hell is it? Oh yeah. Refinery for the Orcolite, which we can't export sadly. One of the things I want to start doing is I want to start rolling out some masonry shops. Sounds like somebody's being very annoyed at me. Alright, here we go. The little storehouse. Perfect. And last but not least, I also am gonna need a trading. Ooh, ho ho ho. I just forgot something very crucial. Oh, that is embarrassing. That is very embarrassing. Alright, so here we'll only be accepting marble. Perfect. And down here I'll set up a pier to dia something something. Diaphragm. Perfect. With one additional warehouse. Yeah, sure. And this warehouse will actually be getting marble. Both of it. Okay, so this is the only way I can really make money besides raising taxes. Alright, well that takes care of our unemployment quite nicely. Alright, soon we'll have food. We might actually have a little exodus here before the farms are ready, but that's fine. And I think... Oh yeah, here comes the exodus. Alright, I need to turn off the marble industry, damn. Come on, guys. Come on.
I am the strong and mighty Atlas.
Alright, here we go. Alright, housing crisis averted. Which brings me to the next order of business. If we need to get townhouses, we're gonna have to accommodate these poor plebeians. And that might become expensive really quickly. And yes, I am aware that we have a lack of space currently going on, but don't worry about it, I'm planning to tear down some more houses. What? Local unrest? Really? Why are you guys so upset with me? Why are you guys so upset? Well, whatever the reason, I'm pretty sure they're upset because they actually had nothing to eat. They don't like the fact that natural selection was about to wipe them out. Oh yeah, there we go. We have some guards. That will teach those bastards. Anything else I can export in the meantime? I think I'd like to export some wheat for the time being. Merchants. Wait, we have access to oranges, but how? That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I think I might actually want to export some wheat as well. Who was willing to buy it? Alright, Emperor. Emperor was willing to buy it. There we go. Alright, sell the marble, sell the wheat. Keep 24 in stock and keep 12 in stock over here. Perfect. But yeah, we need to get 48 slabs of marble, 20 jugs of olive oil, but first we need to get townhouses. I think that should be priority number 1. When it comes to taxes, currently we are raising maximum amount of taxes, that's pretty good. And there we go. Alright. Nice little houses. Perfect. Any day now, right? Any day. There we go. Okay. I probably also need to slap down a granary. In this granary we'll try and fetch some wheat. Up to 24. Okay, so I don't think my plan is working out too great. I think this guy right over here, the peer delivery man, is actually grabbing the marble from over here instead. That's nice.
I am the strong and mighty.
Ooh, unemployment is becoming a real issue. So I think we're gonna get rid of a few houses. No, let's expand our industry because I do know we need grower lodges. I'm tempted to turn all of this into olive trees, but let's start more generous. Nah, that's fine. Four grower lodges should be more than enough. And afterwards I need to start slapping through the stuff awfully quick. Let's see. Pull out an industry, get some of my friends to make me some of the good stuff. Alright, two storehouses. The first one is for the olives, the second one is for the olive oil. Perfect. Here we go. Man, I'm barely coming by at the moment. So did you know the ancient Atlanteans were actually the true creators of Mecca? I won't be surprised. These guys already have steamboats. I changed my mind, by the way, real quick. Well, actually, reject everything. We're not going to be selling the wheat, because looking at this, our stores are empty. That doesn't really bode me with lots of confidence. Okay, the city doesn't have enough food. I highly doubt that, but that's fine. Yeah, so I'm currently just purely living off the marble trade, and that scares me. That scares me quite a bit. Damn. Okay, they're not willing to trade with silly youth. That's unfortunate. Right. So I'm gonna do something very difficult and very frustrating. I'm not very proud of it. The Pillar of Atlantis. Oh, I'd love to build this thing. What do we need? 25 pieces of marble. We're probably also gonna need sculptures amongst other things, so that will be pretty expensive. Tax-wise, we're doing pretty fine, but we do have a small chunk of unemployment that I have to get through. Since everything is imported from the pier, that is also how we're going to be importing our fleece. That's going to be interesting. Who was selling me the fleece? Atlantis, right? No. Oh, here we go. It's Oh, it's the guy who we're actually selling marble to. Alright, I'll only import 12 fleece. Right, we'll see how this plays out. So I think the important part here is we're going to be primarily making our money from taxes. Now that has its issues, as you can see. Not very large. A helping hand. Oh shit, we're in the negatives. Alright, well, helping hand received, thank you very much. Also, I think I might have too many olive presses, but we'll see. So there's really two challenges to this mission. We don't have any good exports, or we don't have much exports. And we're kinda like stuck with the fact that we have very little growing ground as well. So if I really wanted to like snowball and raise lots of taxes, we'd have to import food. And that's not really the way I want to go. Oh boy, that will be awful. Alright. We have a bibliothèque. Next up is astronomy, which requires these giant observation thingamajigs. Observatoriums. Which requires a university. Done. And yes, I know.
Atlas.
Large and strong, you're a big boy. Who's a big boy? Yes, you are. Idiot. Alright, and we're also gonna have to expand our avenue. Ooh. Gift of wine from Asium. Alright, never look a gifted horse in the mouth. Excellent. Question is, where do I build it? I guess down here shouldn't hurt too much, right? But yeah, one of the things I really am gonna need is some neighborhood appeal down here. That's why I'm building these things, even though it's expensive. Here, this is what I'm talking about. Next up, they need olive oil. That is something we have available as well. Alright, now we're talking. And then I have one more science institute that I gotta build, which is the Laboratorium. I might actually try to build it on this corner. Yeah, let's try and build it on the corner piece. Yeah, that works for me. Alright, we're gonna tear down one house. Add in one additional piece of avenue, and bam, let's go. I'm gonna try to see if we can finish this, what's the right word for it? This adventure today. I'd like to try it. Shouldn't be too bad with like 7 things in total. Apartments. But hey, I've done easier missions that took longer, right? I've done easier missions that took longer. Oh right, and no, the laboratory does have the required people. So here's our townhouses, excellent. Oh shoot. I need to import more fleece. Oh, I actually have plenty of fleece. Just not being moved around quickly enough. You know, in hindsight, I think I would have been better off just building most of my stuff right over here. Yeah, food would have taken forever, but that's fine. That is fine. Yeah, the fact that delivering fleece takes so long kinda scares me. Oh boy, look at the devolution, holy crap. We were so close, yet so far. And I probably should actually make a shortcut right over here. Instead of that really weird pathway that I have going up here. Put down on some travel time. Gift. Housing goal has been met. Jugs of olive have been set aside, and all I need is some additional marble. Let's go. Chop, 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 chop. Set aside. Done. We did it. Never have to come back here ever again, right?
I am the strong and mighty.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Come on.
With Autark thriving, it is time to strike out and establish a colony in a new land. Who knows what amazing things will be discovered? Plexore, one of your trusted advisors, has agreed to watch over Autark while you set off on a new adventure.
Before you start your journey, remember that the Symponia Ithacus only affords you protection from the gods as long as you remain on the continent of Atlantis. Atlantis and other parts of the world are not immune to attacks by gods and monsters. Ah. Well, obviously that means that we gotta establish a colony in Ayanara, whatever. So we have Ayanara, this mysterious red land glistens in the sun. Biminus, oh man, a small archipelago situated on prime trade routes. We have Kopan, this perfect spot to build a research center to foster the free exchange of ideas between the Atlanteans and the Mayans. And then we have Suelo, an ideal spot for gorgeous pyramids. Alright, so that's our 4 options. So it's either, like, if I could choose, in my opinion, it's either the Biminis or it's Ianara. The Redland, yeah. Alright, time to find or found some communism, right? The glistering red, let's go.
Crimson Isle.
God damn it.
The very name strikes all Atlanteans with feelings of awe. Back in the early years of Atlantis, only the bravest of heroes ventured onto the island. These heroes told stories of the dangerous monsters, fearsome beasts, earth-shaking disasters, and amazing oracle deposits found there. It was on the Crimson Isle that the sacred cornerstone for the Citadel of Poseidon was found, and Achilles himself came here to mine the oracle upon which the Symphonia Ithacos is inscribed. The time has come to bring civilization to the island and to tame all the wild things.
My. Some deep lore right there, right? Okay, so what do we have? Hey, this doesn't look as red as I figured. Oh my god, never mind, I take it back. Look at that. Look at these deposits. Oh, that is juicy. That is very juicy. Okay, so let's quickly take a peek. These guys are willing to buy both bronze and oricai, so that will be a prime trade route. And that's probably how we're going to be making the majority, if not all of our money. Perfect. Oh, but there's a problem. There is a pretty big problem. Oh, fun. Alright, so there is no any real food deposit, so we're gonna have to start importing food quite aggressively. We're most likely gonna be importing it from Asium, so we'll go and set up a trade route to Asium right off the bat. We'll be buying wheat. And I can't remember how large this thing was supposed to be. I think normally I had something like 66. Let's make it a bit smaller than that. There we go. Nine on each side. So do we have access to Avenue? We do have access to Avenue. Perfect. Alright, so we know the drill. Let's survive if we can. That would be beautiful. And let's also make sure we have a palace available so we can immediately start raising those taxes that we are so desperately gonna be needing. I'll rotate that nicely into place if I can. I can't. Crap. I'll just clear up some space. There we go. Since we are really strapped for cash, I'm gonna start with one living area if I can. And I guess my industry is gonna be relatively close. It's always fun, isn't it? We get a common Aurora. And a food vendor, and let's see where this stuff will take us. So the first plan is we're gonna try to get exports going to Atlantis as soon as we can, which means we're gonna need bronze and we're gonna need the red stuff, the good red stuff. What I alternatively can do, and I'm thinking about it, I'm actually very aggressively thinking about it. We set up a trade route right down here. It is really close to the Orolachium, but we won't have access to the bronze. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so Snake Man.
I am the mother of all monsters. You've met your match.
My bad. Snake Woman is here to terrorize us. No. Oh no. So we have access to a hero hall. This is probably something we're gonna have to do as soon as possible. Bellaforus. Bellaforus over here needs 15 horses in the city. Oh my god. A treasury of 10k. Man, this thing is gonna murder me. Well... Ah, shit. Stay back, Snake Lady. Stay back. Don't make me call XCOM. God, so awful. Right. So the problem is, she's kind of in a secluded area. If I really want to export both bronze and oraculum, I'd have to do some funky stuff. Now I can't exactly remember the prices anymore. I think oraculum is worth more than bronze, but not by a 2-to-1 ratio. So we're gonna be exporting bronze. Let's start with that. Yeah, that's very doable and very close by. Yes. That is the plan at least. Oh. You know, this almost could have gone belly up now that I think about it. Right, at least the Snake Lady is staying back, which is quite good. Okay, there we go. That's kind of like the path that we have to take. Next up I need to establish a trade route to Atlantis. This is the way to do it. I do have access to marble, so I can also export marble if I want to. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at that. So Oracalc is worth 140, which is a bit more expensive than bronze, but the bronze ratio is 1:2, so that's a lot better. And we'll immediately start with come on, come on. We'll immediately start with exporting some of the bronze. So let's build some foundries. Okay, perfect. As long as we can produce 24 bars a year. Oh dear lord, we're broke already. We should be fine, right? So all I gotta do, sell that bronze. Sell that bronze, baby. Okay. I think she might have just killed the doggo. Snakey does not like doggos. Hey there, Slavic, how you doing? Alright, we're exporting bronze. This is it. So now the question is, are we producing 24 every single year?
I am the strong and mighty
I'm doing pretty good.
Atlas.
That here you're doing a bit better. Very important. Ah, I forgot about the palace. I forgot about the palace. Can you believe it? Damn. Imagine forgetting about the palace. How embarrassing. Ah, it's always the same with me. Well, at least it's the palace and not like our granary or something like that. A gift of marble. What the hell am I supposed to do with marble? I can't postpone the olive oil? Oh, that's interesting. Alright, this will be getting the olive oil. We'll be emptying the olive oil. There we go. We're still accepting bronze. This will only accept marble. This will also only accept marble. No, but seriously, what are we supposed to do with marble in this case? Like... beats me. Okay, so if we can increase the overall appeal, we can attract more people, so let's do that. There we go. Yeah, well, besides the fact that we also need to buy some fleece. Okay, so by the looks of it, our marble export, our bronze export is going fantastic. But who wants to buy marble besides Diaphragm? Nobody, right? Nobody has changed their mind. Nobody has changed their mind. But since we are producing bronze, and this is important, we could potentially sell 12 sculptures. Now, sculptures are big money. Like, that's big. So that is another way to really proc that bronze production together with armors. We're gonna be loaded at the end of this. Where's Asium? Ah, oh, shit. Found Asium. Look at that. What are your wages set to? Yeah, I should probably drop them down to normal. I've been bumping them up to extend my initial population, but that's no longer necessary. To get more workforce out of my initial population, there you go. Holy crap, speech is difficult. Okay, I want 2 sculpture studios and let's see. I want 4 armories. But yeah, this requires a lot of population, which kinda scares me. And I'm gonna have to import fleece from somebody. We're gonna do this quick, like... either we have a snowballing effect or we have a plane crash effect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a plane crash effect, but we'll see. Oh yeah, here comes the plane crash. At one point we're gonna run out of people who are willing to help us out.
I am Athena. Worship me, and a sacred grove will grace your city.
Okay. I'd love to get some fleece. Earthquake. Alright, we're fine. Ooh. That worried me for a bit. But we're a-okay. And we need more science. Alright, let's get a laboratory. Laboratories are cheaper. With an inventor's workshop. Come on, guys. Alright, excellent. I do not know for how much... oh, that ain't good. I need to buy more food. Who's willing to sell me more food? I think somebody was willing to sell us oranges as well. Here we go. Ampher. We're also going to establish a trade route with Ampher. And we're going to be importing oranges from them. Let's get to our warehouses. One for armor, one for sculptures. I think we're fine. Let's march. Lava! Silent really doesn't like me.
I am the strong and mighty Atlas.
Lab's building. Ah, shoot. So it turns out that he can't actually reach that far. I thought this guy could walk all the way from over here down to there, but no bueno, no good. Alright, Sculpture Studio. I think we need to export the amount of foundries we have going. Yeah, we need to increase the amount of foundries we have. Wow, he can reach all the way up here? Surprising. Quite surprising. Come on, tell me. Tell me you can reach this. Oh, he can. Amazing. Alright, so we're actually generating money, believe it or not. I find it very hard to believe. Oh no. Based on the amount of earthquakes, I'm pretty sure we're going to be boned here in 1 or 2 quakes. Yikes. Received some olive oil. Okay, we're maximizing the armor output, which is quite great, but I think I might actually need 1 or 2 additional sculpture studios. Let's see if we can also get those. City doesn't have enough food. I might actually need to import yet more food, believe it or not. Holy crap. Or we're gonna have to downsize the amount of people we have. One of those two. I think it might actually be downsizing. Oh, we can buy urchins from the Xiliuths. Excellent. Alright. Let's see. I need a trade route to Xiliuth. Right over here. Perfect. And we'll buy some urchins. I'm just mostly afraid that we're too close to going over the limit, so to say. I need to keep an eye out on how much bronze we're producing. Because I don't think we're exporting any bronze anymore. Atlantis needs black marble. And I must be such a buzzkill for them. I'm not giving them anything. Nothing personal, of course, just... Hell no. Ain't happening, buddy. Right, August, September. By the way, the black marble sadly is all the way down here. This is the black marble. I believe this is regular marble. Yeah, black marble, and this is regular marble. So I'd have to set up a little black marble industry right over here. I guess I could do it, but I don't see a purpose because... Is anybody willing to buy black marble? Maybe. Alright. Black marble foundry. Oh yeah, that kind of was the problem here, wasn't it? You can't really build over this. The guy who's willing to buy black marble, Minucius. I don't think we've established a trade route with him yet. So what I could do, go down here. Yeah, there we go. Set up a little little workout post. That's right. Look at this. Employees needed. Oh no, that's terrible. And then slap in a little warehouse. Oh, that's a big oof. Okay. Here we go, slap in a little warehouse. And now we have black marble. Not gonna export it yet. Yeah, I'm 95% certain we need more foundries, which requires more population. Which probably requires me to get olive oil, so let's see if we can actually pick up some olive oil from somebody. Anybody who's willing to sell us olive oil. Right. Atlantis needs black marble. I know, Atlantis, I know. Okay. I just want to make sure that we don't overbuy. Here we go.
I am Athena.
Oh, speaking about overbuying, we are overproducing the armors, so let's get rid of 2 of them. At least we're making like mad cash, so that's a good start. It's a very good start. Let's keep this at 12 if we can, let's keep this at 12 as well, and let's keep the wheat at 24. So we don't accidentally overflow the entire damn thing. Black marble's ready, we dispatch it, and now we can start exporting it down here. Alright. It's time to finalize this, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna slap down a oil merchant, and we're gonna finalize the tech. Which means an observatory right over here, and associated university somewhere in the... There we go, look at that. I will teach them. Alright, and we'll be emptying this warehouse. It was only temporary, let's be fair. Alright, I think the last problem is appeal. Yeah, it is. And appeal should be fixable. All I gotta do is build a few shell gardens, I guess. Why are you guys devolving? Hold on. Has lost access from a clean... Wait, what? Huh, that can be good.
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine. Worship me, and fruits of the vine will
Yes,
burst
god of
forth.
the wine. Gluck, gluck, gluck. Who won't want to be a god of that? Alright, okay. We're fixing a worker issue. That means associated taxes is being covered as well. What else do we need to slay the monster? We need archaic, wine. Both of those are not going to be an issue. And then we need horses. Horses is not going to be an issue either if I forbid it from being eaten. Or more precisely, if I stockpile it. Where is it, where is it, where is it? Yada yada yada, right over there. Perfect. So 15 horses probably means 4 horse ranches. Just don't question what I'm doing here. It's better that way. Always is better that way. Employees needed! Gasp! Audible gasp. I think we might actually overcharge our people. I know that we can support a crap ton more. We can support a crap ton more people in this these city blocks. I mean, obviously we do have the food for it. But one thing that really concerns me is just going over this this limit right here. That will be quite problematic. Quite problematic. I'm debating whether or not I should add in an additional living block. I think the main problem is it will be smaller. It will be way smaller. Let's see how much more room we can squeeze out of this. Let's see how much more room we can squeeze out. Gonna be moving most of these things. Armory goes over here. Maintenance shack goes over there. Library. And then an additional common house. So now we're getting the most out of this block as we can. I noticed that this guy doesn't want to grow to its maximum potential. Perfect. Collapse building? Oh shit.
I'm Dionysus.
Oh, there goes all my
god
freaking
of the vine.
wheat.
Worship me, and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
Oh well. These things happen. Matter of fact, this actually presents me with the perfect opportunity to redo this path a little bit. I actually noticed that it messes with my sculptures, so it's better this way. All according to plan. Alright, so we're looking for roughly about 16, well 15 horses. That's what we need. 15 horses, we have enough money. We need to get the wine, which we can import, and the Oriac, whatever the hell it's called. And the main issue is, there is no easy way to get my hands on it. Well, I say that. That's not entirely true now, is it? Not entirely true. Alright, let's get some refineries going. Ah, damn you bastards. And there you have it. Done and donezo. Everything's been put in place. Orichalai is being produced. Soon enough we have enough to send home about, or home with. Enough to send to our parent city, there we go. And we are raking in quite a bit of cash. So any financial issues that we may or may not have had have just been resolved. Though I think we could use a little bit of extra... a few extra foundries, but... don't really think it's worth pursuing that too much. Instead I probably got to cut down on these things. There we go, that's better. And then we slip into additional refineries. Sorry, foundries, my bad. I just wish I didn't have to send them half across the world. I want to know if he can actually make it all the way over there. Let's see. And this guy... yeah, he barely makes it, so this is the sheer limit. This might even be too far. We'll see. Alright, one more foundry. Let's go. I'm probably just gonna tear down one of these warehouses. Both warehouses, matter of fact. Get out. Okay. Alright.
I am Athena. Worship me, and a
Okay,
sacred grove
let's
will
disable
grace
the
your city.
stockpiling. Import. Let's see if we can get some horses. So all that remains for us right now is the wine, the orakai, well, the wine and the horses. In order to get the horses really going, to get the wine really going, I need to do a little bit of importing here. Nothing too special. I have no idea, by the way, who actually sells the wine. Oh! Ahaha! It's it's Asium. Interesting. Yeah, I knew. I knew it might have been too far. Alright, cool. Like, I think it was still in reach, but it just takes the maintenance guy too long to get there before the bar fills up. Okay, well, I don't need that. We can get rid of it. We're buying wine. I do need to stockpile the wine in a storehouse, so let's do that as well. Why are most of you not actually getting wheat? Is it because you're not connected? Is it because I said get? Ah, it's probably because I said get. Here we go. No, it isn't that either. I have no idea. Like, this is the part where I struggle quite a bit.
Dionysus, god of the
I
vine.
think it's actually
Worship
supposed
me,
to go in the
and
storehouse.
fruits of the vine will burst forth.
But it, yeah, there we go. I think it's supposed to go in the storehouse. It doesn't work if it's in the granary. Perfect, there we go. Done. I don't know if we're actually maxing out most of our exports. I do know weapons is actually going pretty well. I don't want to mess with it. I see lots of bronze flowing, which is quite nice. Alright, we're just waiting for the horses now. Oh, by the way, we can... Oh, produce 64 bars a year. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, that's gonna be problematic. Alright, we have all the wine we need, so I can stop importing the wine. Perfect. Horses are being rolled out. It's August. And by the looks of it, our entire import is looking pretty healthy. I think we got it just about right. So once we have summoned our hero, I'll try to expand this industry, probably refresh the warehouse so we can actually bump up our oracali production a year. We should be good to go. Alright, let's do that right now. Actually, let's wait until next year. No, actually, let's do it right now. I can't make up my mind, send help. Alright, employees needed. Big warning signs. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll just refresh the thingamajigs if need be.
I am Athena. Worship me, and a sacred grove will
Ah.
grace your city.
Bellerophon has arrived.
You have worked wonders with this city. You are the Bellerophon of leaders.
The Bellerophon of leaders, really? Really? Oh man. No wonder we needed to get 15 horses, so he could be on his damn high horse, the bastard. Alright, well, better put that spear to use.
You have worked wonders with this city. You are
And
the
we're
Bellerophon
done.
of leaders.
Well, we're done with that at least. We killed the Snake Lady. All we have to do now is get a pretty good yearly report. You know, how fun would it be if... Okay, how fun would it be if, you know, on the highest difficulty there... fun. How painful would it be on the highest difficulty if there's a 50-50% chance your hero loses and you have to resummon him? Like... That would be a real pain. That would legitimately be a real pain. I mean, I guess you can easily just tap a button and bam, he's back, but... You know. Okay, it would be pretty freaking awful, I'll admit. So now all we have to do is just wait for a year to pass.
I am Athena. Worship me and a
Alright, we
sacred
did pretty
grove
well.
will grace
I'm
your
actually
city.
pretty happy with how the city went. I mean, it took longer than I expected, but not too shabby. Not too shabby one tiny bit.
The Crimson Isle certainly lived up to its billing as a dangerous wild place. Bellerophon was more than equal to the task of handling Echidna, and he is looking forward to taming some of the other wild beasts on the island. With Bellerophon in residence, the hardy settlers will be able to focus all their time on mining Orichalc. The Orichalc supply on the island seems never-ending, and no city in Atlantis will ever have to go without the metal again.
Alright, big win.
If Autok is to become a center of
Big
exploration,
oh crap.
it must grow larger and more prosperous. Unfortunately, the land around the city isn't very fertile, and Autok will never become a mighty city unless some alternate sources of food and other necessities can be found. Thankfully, the gods provide for those who cannot provide for themselves. Athena, Demeter, and Dionysus all crave your worship and have promised to enrich the land if you build sanctuaries for them. Of course, immortal King Atlas has always enjoyed putting things together, and he will gladly help you build the sanctuaries for the other gods if you first build one to honor him.
Alright, here we go again. 48 marble and 20 olive jugs for a colony. Wow. Gasp. What a surprise. Alright, so those bastards want, they want a sanctuary, they're gonna get a freaking sanctuary. Let's do this. Let's start with the Pillars of Atlas. That does sound pretty fun. Ah, you need 25 pieces of marble. I'll show you 25 pieces of marble. Alright, time to expand our marble industry for now. Alright. Uh-oh. 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 Oh. So much for expanding the marble industry, right? Yeah, I forgot that I actually had modified the roadblock over here. I'm not sure why I did it in that particular way, but sure, whatever. We now have so much money, I'm actually not afraid. A refinery? What do you mean we have access to a refinery? Is there bronze on the island? Oh no, no, it's just orcolite. Right. Kinda had forgotten that for a moment. But yeah, I would love some marble.
Hello, darling. Worship me, and no one will
Oh,
leave
man.
the city's embrace.
Opinion of you has plummeted. Yeah, that unemployment is just going zoop right up. So I'm probably gonna have to import some wood, I'm gonna have to import a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm probably gonna have to expand my marble industry even further. It's not moving quick enough. I need more. More. Way more. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. All the marble in the world. Population milestone. Oh, jeez, I'm never gonna get rid of that unemployment, am I? 1/3 of our population is currently unemployed. Big numbers, help. Alright. Price increase for marble. Oh my. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Pillars of Atlas. I think that might be a very fun one to start with. So let's do that. Get some masonry shops. Go. Perfect. Let's see, what do we need? We have marble, we need wood, and we need sculpture. So let's set up a central storehouse point that is going to be accepting all of that. The first one will be just pure marble. We'll be getting just pure marble. Done. The second one will be getting, well, actually, I say get, it will be accepting it. Let's be fair. If it, fine, we'll get it. Second one will be wood. Third one will be pure sculptures. Probably got to build. Come on, what's wrong with me? I can't click today. Need a maintenance shack. And this one will be getting bronze. Perfect. And then I can also slap down some sculpture studios. Okay, that being said, I probably gotta also try to import bronze, which will be from Ayarna, which is also paying us bronze on a yearly basis, but that's fine. What are the names though? Ayarna, Zurksluk, and the likes. Right, import bronze, perfect. I can always export the sculptures, that's kind of like the whole point here. Yeah, so look at that, they actually directly bring the marble over, which is quite frustrating. Oh well, I'll take it.
It doesn't have to be unpleasant. Worship me and find out.
Okay. Which other things do I have at the moment? Since our unemployment is so high, I think I can like multitask this crap. So Athena wanted one. Set aside and set aside. Perfect. Athena, Demeter, and Dionysus. Oh yeah, Athena will give us olive oil, won't she? You need 24 pieces of marble. Go away, stupid marble. Military buildup at Asium. Oh, that's good. No Aphrodite. Poor Aphrodite. Dionysus' grove is super tiny. Holy crap.
What other god can offer you a kraken?
He is right though. What other god could offer us a kraken? Nobody. That's who. Your city does not have enough food. Back up, back up. Wait, what? Oh shit, our city most definitely does not have enough food. I am importing wheat, right? I am not importing it. I used to be exporting it. I used to export it like crazy. Ah, that's not nice. That's definitely not nice. I regret my wheat layout. I feel like I could have probably squeezed in 3 more farms had I organized it a bit better. I mean, I can still attempt to organize it better, but I don't see a real purpose to it. Instead, we're gonna set up a few. We're gonna set up a few import routes. And we're gonna be importing some stuff instead. I'd like to sell some sculptures. I'd like to import some Urijks. That's fantastic. Probably need one more trade route. Who was the guy, if I can remember it from the top of my head? I think it was Asium. Asium was the one that actually wanted to sell me the oranges. No. But they're willing to sell me wheat. I'll take that. And they're willing to buy sculptures. Holy crap. Well, I just found out how we can make a crap ton of money. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really good, matter of fact. Okay. That is really good. Military build-up in the upper. Oh, lots of military build-ups at the moment. That can be good. For self-esteem. Oh my god, we need elite housing. We're gonna need elite housing? Yikes. Alright, Athena. Alright, and I'm not importing wood at the moment. Let's take care of that as well. I instinctively always look at the exports. Oh, there we go. It was Emperor who was willing to sell us oranges. Sweet. So when it comes to unemployment, it's still pretty high, but once these temples are online, it's gonna get like 100 times better. That's what I keep telling myself, at least. Tribute paid, excellent. I think the problem that I currently have is too many people need to run from all across the map to deliver some food. Pillars of Atlas has been completed. Look at the guy, he's so happy. With the Pillars of Atlas in the city, black and white marble is more easily quarried, and artisan guilds send out more workers to any construction site. If Atlas answers your praise, he'll help you out with a construction project. Help me.
I'd love to help you with your construction project.
They have all the supplies they need. Thanks, bud. Can you get an Atlas too instead? Oh no. Atlas is not good enough. Wow.
What other god can offer you the Kraken?
Almost there. Bam! Bora completed as well. Let's get the next ones. I think it's supposed to be Demeter and Odysseus. Oh hell yeah, let's do this. Alright. Well, there are strings of unrest in the city. Okay, so the food issue is becoming quite severe at the moment. I'm not sure how to resolve it. I'm not too keen on it. Not too keen on it at all. So I need to come up with a plan to start peddling around quite a bit of food. Or I guess I could move all my house. Oh, dear. I don't want to finish that sentence. I guess I could move all my houses to the other side of the place, and we just rely basically on imports, and that's it. I really don't want to, though. I really don't want to. Like the worst idea I've had so far. Right, get some merchants.
I'd love to help you with your construction project.
Oh man, it helped us again! Oh, that actually does make things a bit easier, doesn't it? Also, we are slowly but surely losing money every single year. I just noticed. Surely that's not a bad sign, right? Look at how much food I have laying around. Holy crap! That is not great. That really is not great. Alright, the meter's almost done. Alright, at least we have food for 5 months, which is pretty good. And employment is still relatively high, we're just gonna go further down.
I'd love to help you with your
I
construction
didn't even ask for it. Alright, that's cool. Hey, the Garden of the Meter's been completed. She'll bring you bounty of food. Oh my, okay. So every single time we start running quite low on food, like right now, I can just ask her, please feed.
I will provide for you when you cannot provide for yourself.
Oh my god, look at her go. just charging half across the map, don't worry about it. And the Grove of Dionysus being completed. Oh shit! We did it!
What beautiful sights there are to see in Autarch. Massive sanctuaries grace the city, reminding all of the grandeur of the gods. Of course, the gods themselves are frequent visitors and a joy to gaze upon. Who could be sad when Athena, with her brisk, efficient march, blesses olive presses and growers' lodges? And Demeter, with her overflowing basket, is truly a vision to behold. Then there's Dionysus, majestically stumbling as only he can, toasting the health of all the people he passes. Truly, Autarch is a wonderful place. But your explorations are not yet done, and you must once again leave Autarch in the hands of Plexore and build a new city in a far-off land.
Alright, time to build another city. Fun times. Biminus, let's go. I think the way we're going to do it is, first we did the Red Land, the Red Island, then Biminus, then Cello, and then we'll do Kopon. Slowly further venturing out. Holy crap, that's a mouthful, isn't it?
Well, hello there, my cute little urchin.
Aphrodite purred, blowing you a kiss in greeting.
Don't you think the land around Bimini's is beautiful just like me? With all the pretty water and, ooh, the urchins. How I love urchins, with their adorable little spines. They're so tasty, too. I simply must have a sanctuary here, and you are just the one to build it for me.
With that, the goddess disappeared. No one can refuse Aphrodite, and as your assistants scouted around for a suitable place to build the sanctuary, they noticed signs that the Oceanids had been here. The Oceanids produce all manner of goods, so perhaps they can be convinced to trade with Atlantis.
Why aren't there only 3 colony episodes? Oh shit, I think you might be right there, Star. That means that we're gonna have to choose. Oh, man, I thought we would be doing colonies all the time. Alright, so, urchins, archipelago. Oh my god. A population of 2,000? How? Oh shit, I'm doomed. I am positively doomed. I have one weakness. Alright, hold on. I want to check something. Real quick. Go to a new adventure. 3 colony episodes. Yeah, that is right. Interesting. Replay episodes. Ooh. Oh no. Alright, well, it looks like we're stuck with this mission in that case. That's crappy. Not that I don't want to do this, but if we only have 3 colony episodes, I'd rather just figure out which 3 we rather do, instead of just picking them one by one. At least that was the plan. No. Oh man, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? I'm not good at this. Oh my god. I just keep looking over and over. I'm like, maybe I can build something over here. Oh wait, there is no easy way to get to food. No, actually, I made a mistake. Oh yeah, this is a nice place to build. Oh, hold on, this is the only place where we can probably grow wine. I can build something over here, but there's not enough space. Alright, well, let's attempt it. There. Oh my god. Don't worry about it, guys. We're gonna be fine. Oh, I don't even have access to avenues? Oh, that is so cruel. Alright, it's time to unleash the worst of myself. We are gonna build a city that is gonna be so hideous that we will never speak of this mission ever again. I like the sound of that. We'll forget it even existed in the first place. Ah, come on, you didn't even give me time to build a bridge, you prick. Alright, time to build a bridge. At least large bridges aren't as expensive blah blah blah. Holy crap. At least large bridges aren't as expensive as they are in Caesar, where they can easily take up like 5k. Alright. Oh man. Okay, urgent supplies. Let's do this. Employees needed. I know. Very much aware of that. Oh, this city is gonna be hideous. Mark my words, this city is going to be hideous like no tomorrow. Like looking in the mirror. I don't like what I see. Alright, how quick are you guys? You're not too quick, are you? There you go. So I think the advantage I have is we need roughly about 2,000 people. That's all we gotta do. 2,000 people. And we need to build Sanctuary to Aphrodite. Does the Sanctuary to Aphrodite even fit on this freaking archipelago? Barely. But yeah, it does. It will probably be slapped in right down here. And it is that I have so much access to money, otherwise I'd be highly freaked out at the moment. Otherwise I'd be highly freaked out. Does the temple still fit, or did I just screw myself over? Ah, it still fits. Okay, excellent. And I'm also gonna have to build a palace somehow. Because I can build a palace down there. I can probably also build a palace, I don't know. Somewhere, right? Not even close. Cool. And there's so much jungle for me to tear away. This is how civilization is founded, just tearing through jungle without remorse. Alright, needs food from an Aurora. I can provide that. Lots of workers are needed at the moment. And tax office. Okay, oof. Oof. Oh, this mission is gonna be special, alright. Mission is gonna be special. This mission is just probably gonna, like, cause me to blow through all my cash. Let's be fair. This mission is what's going to doom me, financially speaking. But hey, at least we'll have fun in the process, right? Watching me go slowly but surely bankrupt. Look at this beauty. Ain't it something? Oh dear lord. Look at that. I'd love to build a common Aurora over here, but it's just not gonna fit. It's just not gonna fit. What type of god awful mission did I choose? Yay, milestone of 100 people. Oh, actually, if I push this one up, leave this really nasty gap here, because, you know, I'm not about building pretty. I'm about building systematically, which is currently also failing. Clear this out. I can squeeze in a common Aurora right over there. Push this up one higher, I suppose. Doesn't work, now that I think about it. That's cool. Still have that one in the middle. Oh boy, what the hell am I building? What the hell am I building? You know, I will never mentally recover from this mission. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I will be permanently scarred at the end of this. Never again. That will be my last words. Never again. Alright, but all we need is a population of 2,000, so is there anything I want to export? Is there anything I can export, really? I don't think so. I have nothing to export. Holy crap.
Darling. Worship
I have
me,
nothing
and
to
no one will
export.
leave the city's
Wood.
embrace.
We can export wood. The day's been saved. But who actually wants to buy wood? That's the other question. Manus is willing to buy wood, okay. And Antok. Antok is willing to buy wood. Okay, so we have two people who are willing to actually buy my wood. Excellent. Always very pleased when people want to buy my wood. Makes me feel loved. And Phenomenal has been discovered. Alright, Minucius. And Autok. Alright. So we're gonna be primarily just exporting the wood, period. I can import bronze and export sculptures as a way to make cash. I don't want to change that around a tiny bit. So this storehouse over here will be... There we go. This storehouse over here will be accepting olive oil. And this one actually is going to be accepting wood instead. And then I need to set up a little wood industry, and then we're good to go on the wood front. Well, once I actually have enough people to supply the wood, that is. Okay, let's see. Yum Num has been discovered. Oh my, all the discoveries. That is so fantastic. Alright, stores and distribution is gonna be put to very high. Alright, and that's done. We can moderate it again. Wait. Ah, shit. I should only be accepting marble here. Oh, this was supposed to be, I think, just wood, but I screwed that up. I think the important part here is also we are going to be getting sculptures, bronze that we can turn into sculptures as tribute, which makes it even more cost efficient. Alright, let's get some bibliotheques. Let's make sure that I build a food agrora and a fleece agrora. Latak begins relations with the world. Latak. So we have Vimental, which is they're willing to buy black marble, selling urchin, and Yemnum, which is willing to sell bronze and they're willing to buy marble. Oh, that's a cool. Okay, so we're producing food for roughly about 5,000 people. You can't be serious, really. My food production supports 5,000 people. I'm a bit skeptical about that, but sure. I mean, if you say so, take your word for it. Oh my god, we're never gonna be able to get a population of 2,000. Oh no, oh no, 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 that ain't good. It's terrible. Alright, and then I need to import some fleece. Okay, who's willing to sell me some fleece? Aha! Diaphragm. What about our existing trade routes? No, we'd have to go with Diaphragm. Ah, shoot. Nice olive oil, that's adorable. Okay. Alright, Diaphragm it is. Looks like they're one of the very few who are actually willing to
Hello, darling. Worship me.
sell me
and
my
no
stuff.
one will leave the city's embrace.
Buy me some marble. Population milestone of 500. Chacal has been discovered. They're willing to buy fleece. They're selling oranges. That's cute. Okay, there we go. And this might also be the price decreases for urchins. This might also be the part where I need to start thinking about let's see. How I want to make money available for import but not export. That is important. One way to start off is by getting that timber mill up and running. Right. To get the timber mill up and running, I have to get rid of some trees. Isn't that ironic? I can see the irony in that. How much am I selling? Let's see. 12, 36 pieces. I'm pretty sure I can get at least one additional timber mill, and that should be that. Right, so this should net me some cash. And then next up I should start thinking about at least getting some sculpturing going. How's my employees looking? Tiny unemployment, pretty good. In the meantime I could have pushed that appeal up. So I think we're currently quite limited by appeal itself. And I find it quite appalling. But yeah. So like the main blocker in this scenario is just the fact that I can't get enough appeal up and running. And even building like observatories is gonna be near impossible. I'd have to do some fancy shuffling for it. I don't think I can, not with this space at least. Yeah, there's no way. No way, Jose.
Hello, my little wheel of cheese. I need a favor from you.
Okay. We're gonna have to make one of those god-awful guys again. Great. Bellephron. That's gonna be fun. That's what Antok.
Hello, darling. Worship me, and no one will leave the city's embrace.
I'm gonna have to appeal to Aphrodite. Okay, we need roughly about 1,000 more people, and this is where it becomes a bit frustrating, because I don't have a lot of space to work. I can import the wine, so how about instead of growing our own wine, we import it? Yes. Appeal here is still an issue. Urchins are looking pretty healthy. I'll keep that crappy area. I'm a bit scared about getting rid of some of these trees, because this is one way that I plan to make some money. I might actually need to do it. Alright, we actually get access to a population monument. Funnily enough, the bridge is in the way. It can't be serious. Okay, a place called the Spring of Youth has been discovered. Well, that's adorable. I can't make this work. Okay. How about I relocate these things? So I'm gonna get rid of the fountain in the library. We're gonna rebuild the fountain somewhere else. Wow. I'm also gonna have to rebuild the library somewhere else. And then we're gonna boost this appeal just like that. Yeah, appeal is gonna remain a real killer here. That's the part I need to be afraid of. How much of a killer the appeal is. I think I should have gone for more condensed 1x1 houses even. I want to squeeze in 2x2 and I think it's actually a mistake to go for 2x2. Okay, doesn't matter. Right. I'm gonna go for one more city block right down here. If I can pull this off, and that is the important part, if I can pull this off, then there might be hope for us just yet. That's like the whole plan here. Just sucks that I need to get rid of a lot of trees over here. Because it's gonna hurt my lumber industry, but it's a sacrifice I have to make. I don't care about lumber, I do care about the population requirement that I gotta hit. Simple cans and musts. Or something along those lines. Okay, I need a fireman station. Perfect. I need to get a granary up and running. But how about instead of just a how much unemployment do I have? Okay, that is not too much. I'm pretty sure these guys are willing to go for a little road trip to deliver me some goodies. Okay. Alright. Like, if we can hit the population requirement of 2000, I got nothing else to worry about. I will feel safe and fine. It's all about getting to 2000. And making sure we don't go broke. Like, not going broke is a very important requirement. Like, if I go broke, we can't even summon the hero that we need. I know I haven't built the hero hall yet, but let's not think about it. Antioch thinks less of you. That's okay. I don't think very much of myself either. Alright, I was like, why is nobody delivering food to the doorstep? But that makes sense, that makes sense.
Hello, darling. Worship me,
Wrecking
and
Aphrodite.
no one will leave the city's embrace.
I feel like she tricked me in doing this god awful mission. It'd be fun, they said. What's the worst that can happen, they asked. And then we knew. Alright, so we're gonna need a library. A bibliothèque. Done. Probably gonna need a bunch of, not topiaries. How about stone circles? Stone circles are too large as well. How about shell gardens? Right. Just a bunch of shell gardens. There we go.
Hello, darling. Worship me,
Yes.
and no one will leave the city's embrace.
Yes! I'm becoming hopeful. Looking at the population count increasing is just... maybe there is hope just yet. How's our financial situation looking? Oh, it's actually increasing quite significantly. Looks like exports, the wood seems to be helping out in the end. Fantastic. Well, the main issue is going to come later anyways. Lots of bronze tribute is being paid, but I can't really take it in. And it's definitely one of the things I need to start working on next. If I can at least get that those sculptures flowing, I don't have to wait for them to be done. Finished, finito. Gonzo, Gonzo. No sculpture studio, really? Oh, you bastards. I can't believe that, that's awful. How dare you? No, that's very unfortunate.
Hello, darling. Worship me, and
Very
no one
unfortunate.
will leave the city's embrace.
Right, an observatory. Consider it done. It requires a university. Consider that done as well. Might actually be too far away. I think walk distance in the end also matters quite a bit. Ah shit, we'll see. I might actually need to set up some urchin catchers close by. How much unemployment? Oh my god, my unemployment! Oh, hold on, we can actually lower the wage rate. That's pretty good. Where's our Helen? No Helens. Just Aphrodites. Aphrodites tricking me and doing terrible missions. Nothing new there. Alright, okay. I see more people. How? Did they? Oh, that is so cool because. Ah! Alright. Oh, there's hope for us just yet. Alright, now if I bet this out very aggressively, I might be able to get what I need. Won't that be nice? Your people are already eating too much. Doubt. I very much... Oh my god, hold on. I want to say I very much doubt so, but now I don't. No, I'm fairly certain it's complaining about it, because we haven't really done much active hunting as of late. But hey, we have the jobs available. I might as well just slap in like 5,000 urchin quays. Just to make sure that nobody goes hungry tonight. I mean, overfishing won't be another problem for like 2,000 years, so why not? Why not, right? Population milestone of 2,000. Alright, we've done the 2,001. Which means we have the Spring of Youth and the Sanctuary to whatever her face is. Aphrodites. Let's start with the God Awful Sanctuary, shall we?
Hello, darling.
And what do we need? We need 37 slabs of marble, 12 loads of wood. We have both of those. Almost, actually. I think we just lost the marble I needed. And we need sculptures. How many sculptures? 6 sculptures. Alright. Time to do what I do best. Beg. Please. Please, I beg of you. Please. Please, I need those. More than anything. You don't understand. Oh shit, he doesn't sell sculptures. Damn, okay. And I'll also beg for some marble. Alright, I also am gonna need some artisan guilds, let's not forget about that, because I kinda totally did. My brain is stopping to work already. Ceases to function. Get rid of this god awful road in that case. Alright, come on buddies. Ah, 8 pieces of sculpture, that's plenty, that means we just need the marble and the wood. Wood is very easy to come by, all I gotta do is stop exporting it. Ah, apparently somewhere we experienced some devolution. Oh yeah, right down here. These guys probably have to travel way too far for the urchins. Oh, I see. The urchins are simply just too far away. Any chance that I can take a shortcut here? I think there is. But let's see. I would like to set up a pier to my friends in Asium. Let's set up a little trade route to Asium. Right down there, I suppose. Let's import some wheat. I don't want any more devolution to occur. That's like the whole goal here. Oh, also I need to buy some wine. Come on, guys. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And last but not least, we need to start thinking about Sanctuary as well. uh... Oh shit. I just realized something. When I said Sanctuary, I actually meant the Heroes Hall. I am gonna need 15 horses. How the hell am I gonna fit like enough wrenches in here for damn horses? I guess down here will be a prime spot, won't it? So one horse wrench can hold up to 4 horses, I do believe. Only need 3 wrenches, really. So one wrench can actually hold 5 horses in that case. Huh. Doable. Definitely doable. And once I have enough wine, I'm actually gonna move this pier to the other side and we're gonna be importing oranges instead. Or maybe more urchins. Yeah, let's import more urchins. Aphrodite's haven has been completed. Papa, she will fill your homes with people. Okay, yeah. Good, I'm good with that. Okay, warehouse. This warehouse will be trying to fetch some wheat. Alright, and then we're gonna replace this one with a trade route to, I believe it's Zimniev. Zimniev is the one that's actually selling urchins, so we'll buy urchins, which is super cheap apparently. Oh, and we'll also buy orichalc, because we also need orichalc. Which I'm probably pronouncing in such a horrendous way. We're still making a tiny profit. Asium, I believe it was, wasn't it? Yes, yes it was. Alright, we currently have 4 horses. Okay, that's good, that's really good. Keep it going, keep it going. Tribute paid. That's right. Keep them coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, alright, I didn't even realize they could get up to 6 horses. I thought the limit was 4. Man, that's pretty insane. So all we need now is nothing. We're done. Well, we're almost... We're almost done. Oh shit.
The great Bellerophon is at your service.
Yes, the great Bellerophon. Dispatch the hero. Alright, let's quickly take an overview of the horrendous city I've built. Oh man, that's terrible. Like, I feel like I could have made smaller places, smaller chunks of houses. I didn't have to do the aggressive cutting down here. I think this should have been dedicated to wine, let's be fair. Temple to Aphrodite. Also needs more war crimes. Hey, I think this city is a war crime on its own. I got it covered. War crime against city planners. But in the end, we managed to do it. Now quickly finish the mission before massive devolution.
Thank you very much, my sweet mortal, for my fine sanctuary.
Aphrodite exclaimed while jumping up and down.
And I just love visiting the Fountain of Youth. I think I'm looking younger every day. And I already looked very young. Soon, I'll look like a baby. I'm going to eat some urchins now. Ta-ta.
Why an immortal goddess needs a fountain that grants immortality is beyond the ken of mortals. But if Aphrodite is happy, then everybody is happy. After meal upon meal of urchins, the time has mercifully come to return to Autok. New trade relationships with the Mayans have been established, and trade with the Oceanids is going swimmingly. Autok can be sure that it will always have a supply of urchins. Hooray!
Hooray!
The Council of Atlantis is all abuzz over your latest discoveries. The Mayan artifacts that you brought to Atlantis are wonders to behold, and the Council has decreed that all Atlanteans should see these fantastic pieces for themselves. Unfortunately, Atlantis does not have a building suitable for displaying the entire collection. Therefore, a great museum, which will draw people from all over the 10 kingdoms, must be built. The glee over your latest finds was tempered by some slightly disconcerting news. While you were away founding the colony, Diaprepes and Azaes both began to stockpile massive numbers of weapons in their respective cities. It seems a little unusual, but these two cousins have always been competitive. Maybe they are just having a contest to see who could make the most weapons the fastest. Meanwhile, Demeter, in her never-ending quest to find new and interesting crops, has heard of a legendary field filled with silver-colored stalks of corn called the Argent Maze. In some ways, the Argent Maze reminds Demeter of her daughter, Persephone. Silver calls to mind Hades, who, through a cruel trick, forces Persephone to spend half the year with him. The tall, ripe stalks, on the other hand, suggest the summer, when Persephone is once again at her mother's side. So, with longing in her heart, Demeter yearns to have the Argent Maze to call her own, so that she may be reminded of her daughter during the times of the year when Persephone must live in the underworld. Expect Demeter to call upon you to harvest the Argent Maze for her.
Oh, alright. Okay, well, gotta get those slabs of marble going. Jugs of olive oil, a yearly profit of 6k, that's gonna be a walk in the park. The Museum of Atlantica and, well, the Argent Maze, I suppose. Hey there, Relics, how you doing? How are you all doing? Just in time to watch us build the Museum of Atlantica. Oh god damn it, better not be this building. Better not be that building. A pyramid is needed, oh my. Alright, let's set aside the marble and the jugs of olive oil. Get rid of this awful thing and let's look. Museum of Atlantica. I was streaming some AO2, how did it go? Hope you had a blast, it was fun to revisit it. The old version or the remastered version? I've played a little bit of the remastered version. I had quite a bit of a blast with that. Black marble? Wood? Alright. Alright. Anything else? Atlantis! No, your latest plea. You just helped your artisans a short time ago. Damn. Never played the remaster until now. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, I did enjoy it. I definitely did enjoy it. Alright, let's see. Do we have access to black marble? Nope, just regular marble. Damn. So what do we need? We need 32 pieces of regular marble. The black marble we have to import in that case. Wood we import in Oracalc we can actually get ourselves. I never played it until because it's a Windows 10 exclusive. Yeah, I know, right? Gotta trick people in using Windows 10 because it's such a crappy operating system. I don't know. I remember Windows made, what was it? What was it called again? You played the Reporter. Crap. It's a zombie game. Frank West. Shit. I can't remember what it's called. Dead Rising, right. Dead Rising 3 was a Windows 10 exclusive as well, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. It's like, well, that's nice. I'm a big fan of the Dead Rising series, don't get me wrong. I love Dead Rising 1. Like, I hold it up on a very high pedestal. I don't know, Dead Rising 3 still had its things. But Dead Rising 1 is definitely where it's at. But just, you know, when they announced it, I was like, oh, Dead Rising 3, I might be able to play it. It's a Windows 10 exclusive. It's like, well, how about you exclusively get the hell out of here? Your kind is not welcome. We're gonna be accepting order calc. Yes, so I need to start thinking about how I want to turn a massive profit. Now that should not be a problem for us. Yeah, I also gotta buy that wood somehow. Anything else I gotta buy? Wood, orichalc, black marble, regular marble. So no, it's just the wood. Didn't any of... Yeah, those... There we go, done. I hanged on to Windows 8 for a very long time, and the Windows said like... Oh, what did Windows do again? I can't remember. What did I do that caused Windows to screw me over so badly? Oh, I can't remember, it's awful.
I will provide for you.
I basically, like 2 years ago, I was running around with Windows 8 and Windows just pulled a middle finger at me and fragmented or formatted away my primary drive without notifying me about it. So I lost everything. I lost everything. Man, I'm still so mad about it. Like, yeah, fair enough, most of my stuff is scattered all over my different hard drives. So it's not that I had massive data losses, but I lost some really important and good things. You clicked away the warning. Oh no, it's Windows. They don't give you a warning, they just expect you to like notice beforehand. Like, if you're using Windows, you must be Windows 10 verified. I mean, you've been using it obviously for at least like 10 minutes, so you know the ins and outs of the system. Yeah, I wasn't happy about it. Like, it's like, I tried to fix something, I just tried to boot up my PC, it's like, nothing's happening, what's going on? And then I used a bootable drive and I noticed my C drive was completely empty. It's like, in that moment you're like, oh, it must be because my drive is having issues, right? It's not because it got wiped. Yeah, it got wiped. Yeah. Either way, I didn't have too much problems with Windows 8. At least I could tell Windows 8 to shove its updates up its fancy behind. I can't do that to Windows 10. Hey Demeter, where are you going? Yeah, Windows 8.1. I do not believe in 8.0. 8.0 should not exist. 8.0 is the release candidate for 8.1. I'm using a heavily modded Windows 10 version. Oh, right. Heavily modded from a friend of yours who gave it to you on a drive, which is 100% legit, right? Just the serial number seems to be missing. Very mysteriously. Like, I grew up in a house where we could get our hands on unregistered Windows licenses.
I'd love to help you with your
Oh, well, thank you, Atlas. Thank you. Look at him go. What a guy. But it's become such a hassle to do that nowadays that I just get them legit, especially since Windows 10 was practically free. Full disclaimer, if you don't upgrade... So, I had Windows 8.1, my hard drive got wiped, then I wanted to install Windows 10. Because it didn't count as an upgrade from 8.1 to 10, I had to pay for it. If I remember correctly. There's a lot of changes on it, like no Cortana. Cortana's garbage. Like, I hate Cortana. Ooh, Jason's Hall. But yeah, that's like one of the things that made me really angry as well. It's like, I have 8.1 and I've postponed the upgrade and now my thing gets wiped by Windows and I can't upgrade. What about the built-in Xbox Live stuff? I freaking hate it. Ooh, we need horses. Ah, son of a... Chariot companies, really? Oh, okay. Like, that's nice. I don't care about Xbox Live. Or the Windows Store. Or all that other garbage. Sometimes I call Windows, the Windows operating system, a social media platform because of all the integrated garbage in there that's just completely pointless. Yeah. It just bothers me so much. It bothers me so much. But I think this is like the problem with a lot of operating systems. I'm also using macOS for work, and that comes included with a crap ton of garbage as well. Just makes me want to shoot out my own brain. I'm thinking, by the way, don't worry about it, I'm thinking. I'm having a big think moment. I lost it. I lost it, I don't know what I was thinking. Aren't I importing wheat? I am importing wheat. I want to change to Linux at some point. Linux gaming is improving, but it's still not at a phase where it should be. In my opinion, I think you still have to jump through many hoops, wait for Linux exclusive releases because it doesn't work natively out of the box. That's my personal opinion at least. There used to be a time where I tried Linux gaming, but that was like 15 years ago, so yeah, that wasn't the best point to decide to do so. Man, look at me, just talk about nonsense. Let's actually build some ships, some frigates. Employees needed. Of course I need employees. The one fear that I'm currently having is just all the additional garbage we're gonna have to do. I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. So, we're gonna need to get our hands on at least... Ah, right, the Jason Hall. We need to get our hands on 3 frigates, which we can build. We just need weapons. We have the bronze to make weapons, so I just gotta queue up some weapons. Also, I probably should try to import more bronze. Imagine talk to Brelix about Windows 10 instead of building a beauty. I mean, gotta keep myself occupied, right? That's the important part. We talk about random nonsense. I'm really good at talking about random nonsense. It's just not very appealing. Imagine talking to Brelix. Poor Brelix. We can sell marble. Excellent. I mean, I'd love to keep the marble business going, let's be fair. It's very important to keep the marble flowing. By the way, we did have unemployment, didn't we? Oh my god, holy crap. Yeah, we do. Poor guy. Alright, well, let's up that, shall we? Yeah, the monthly profit is not gonna be too difficult. Alright, here we go.
I will provide for you when you cannot provide for yourself.
It's just a city devolution is happening. Yeah, so apparently our water fountain guys are having issues reaching all over the place. So instead of fixing it properly, I'm just gonna double down on the water fountain. I think it has to do with the fact that it's attached to an avenue. There we go, that's what I'm talking about.
I'd love to help you with your construction project.
This is a real champ. Alright, there we go. Just got roughly about 1,000 additional people that should take care of the workers needed. This thing is growing quite nicely, we're almost there. How many more people? 1,000 people are gonna arrive, perfect. And now I need to think about at least getting some armor. And in order to get some armor, what I should be doing is, first of all, lots of military build up today. Yeah. Yeah, you want to get that, don't you? How about I build some... I need lots of armor, now that I think about it. Shit. So I'm probably gonna need quite a bit of armor because... Here we go. Because we also need to provide it to our plebeians, so they become better plebeians. Anybody else who's willing to sell me some bronze? That's the real question I got. I don't want to buy armor, because we still gotta turn a profit. But if push comes to shove, I might actually need to sell bronze altogether. Need to buy armor altogether. And nobody else is willing to sell me some bronze. Crap. Alright, so it is time for us to build our city. Now, I think I had a pretty interesting design going last time. Let's see if I can pull it off still. Now, there was a certain amount of math that was involved. And I hate math, so we're not gonna do the math. We're just gonna build the damn houses and see how it goes. That's the type of math I like. The ones where you don't have to think at all. Man, if my math teacher from high school could hear me, she'd be super disappointed in me. I think it was something like this. Perfect. Alright, so they do require some amount of appeal, and that's kind of what I'm trying to appeal to right now. What? Appeal was not good enough? Seriously? That's not good? Well, color me surprised. Huh. Color me surprised. By the way, how large is this? Okay, 72 divided by 3, that is roughly about what? 24? Oh, yeah, 24, 48. Plus 16. 64? Shit. That might actually just be a bit too large.
I'd love to help you with your construction project.
Wow, he really likes to help me with my construction project. Who would have thought? This Atlas guy, he sure loves building. Too good. What a champ. Okay, either way, I am trying to come up with some type of decent plan where I can pull this off. So the idea behind this is, I think the maximum circle radius is 64 tiles. And I just had roughly about 4 too many, so this should resolve that issue. We're gonna slap down some avenue, just like that. Nice and horrendous, doesn't even line up perfectly. I'm taking my sweetest time with this and I shouldn't. Okay, more avenue. Military build-up, lots of military build-ups. Okay, so this should do the trick. That can be good. I still don't know if what I'm doing is the right move here. I thought I had something way better before, but I forgot how it looked like. One day I need to come back and try to memorize how I did it before. I thought our previous strategy was actually a pretty good one. That's what I thought, at least. Little did I know, it was actually quite horrendous. Alright, speak about horrendous, let's make sure none of this stuff burns down. Let's make sure they actually have... actually have access to the good stuff. This is taking its sweetest time, isn't it? I know I keep saying it, but I'm not happy about that. I'm supposed to be able to just flick my fingers and bam, we have an elite housing block. Man, I'm such an amateur. Can't believe it. Okay, let's extend this by 1. I know that the math won't check out. I think it's the library guys I mostly need to be worried about, but we'll see. More avenues, thank you very much. I keep changing this is pretty embarrassing. Can't get it right. Can't make up my mind, gasp. Okay, that is looking mighty fine. Let's not slap in the park, let's slap in those avenues that I talked about. Tributes being paid, don't particularly care about that. Next up, I need to get my hands on, what was it again? I need to throw in the amphora related stuff. So we get a food vendor, we get a fleece vendor, we get an oil vendor. Employees needed. Oh yeah, look at our frigates. They're freaking like steamboats, can you believe it? High-tech steamboats. Your city need more workers. I know. Observatory. Done. Somebody needs bronze. Greedy bastards. Oops. Aren't we supposed to also be importing something from these guys? Hold on. Oh shit. Can't even import the bronze anymore. Okay, so next up I'm gonna need at least 1 granary. Right down here. And 2 warehouses. So 1 warehouse will focus on getting 16 olive oil and 16 wine. I don't think we're currently producing wine, which is quite embarrassing. Go and get yourself some urchins. I think we have lots of urchins laying around. And this one is going to be focusing on getting 16 armors. And what else did I need? Wine, armors, food, fleece. Get me 16 fleece. Also, I think I might actually need to up the amount of fleece that we're importing. No, actually, we're fine. We're good. So what are you guys missing? Nothing. Alright, so we need roughly about 90 workers. That's, by the way, quite a bit. Doesn't look like any of these houses have devolved. That is slightly worrisome, but... I'll live. I'll live. I'm actually debating whether or not... Hey, we do have wine. I'm actually debating whether or not I should... see if I can squeeze in even more houses, but I think we're at our sheer limit here. Like, if I set up another city block, I'm 99% certain we're gonna run out of food. Food is strained as is. Halt construction. Why would I want to halt construction? It's almost finished. What am I missing though? I wonder if something broke. Orichalk, wood. No, seriously, I wonder if something broke.
I'd love to help you with your construction project.
Huh. Why is nobody... Ah, shit! Got sidetracked. No, but seriously, why is nobody delivering that last piece of wood? What's up with that? Oh, there we go, because the damn thing wasn't connected. The Museum Atlantica is completed. After long hours of hard work, your artisans have completed the Museum Atlantica. The impressive structure houses the most wonderful items from all over the world. Congratulations. Oh man, look how impressed these guys are. They're looking at Poseidon. Not even entering the damn building, just there for Poseidon. More scientists? I'm giving you all the scientists you could possibly ask for. What do you mean, more scientists? Yearly profit of 1,000. That ain't good. Alright, it's time to build the museum. Ah, shit, this stuff is getting quite large. Alright. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Huh. Okay, soon. Oh, I'm an idiot. Nothing new there, but I'm an idiot. Alright, so I was actually missing the inventor's workshop in the university. So now that we actually have those two, these houses should be fine. And there we go. Look at that. Alright, so now all we need is the horses. So I probably need to get 2 horse ranches. There we go. I'm probably also gonna need a warehouse. That is simply going to be getting the accepting the wheat. 16 of it. Didn't I build more horse ranches, or was it on a different map? Might have been on a different map. Right, well... how about we get it instead? There we go, look at that. Now we're talking. Alright, so now we have horses. Next up I need to get the chariots. They're very high. I'll fix that later. I might actually just simply build like an additional housing block somewhere. Thanks to the Temple of Demeter, I can actually squeeze in a little bit of additional food together with my imports. I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, I need to start constructing some chariots and then we're good to go. Then we're definitely good to go. Chariots factory. And I do believe the chariot factory actually needs loads of wood, which we are still importing. Great. So from this point forward we can start focusing on making a profit and preventing devolution. Why are you guys devolving? Yeah, they need food from an Aurora, that's what I was afraid of. Just to get oranges. And this guy needs to get your urchins. Okay, since we have access to a temple to Demeter, I would love to build some additional wheat farms right down here. I know this is quite counterproductive to actually trying to build a profitable business, but weird, okay, elephant is on the loose, excellent. But I think that also means that I am now mentally committed to building a third living block. Which is gonna be up here. I can even give it its own little exclusive import area. With its own granary. What can I still import from? Let's see. Palink? No. Pachal? Not enough. I'm already importing from Vimmal, aren't I? No, I'm not. Okay, Vimmal it is. Now, the only dangerous part about this is that I still need to turn a yearly profit, but we'll get back to that in a bit. I think first we should focus on ensuring that we have enough people available for jobs, and that we're raising taxes, of course. Then I can start thinking about some of the other things. Also, I might need to just get rid of a few of these. Might be a bit overkill in hindsight. But yeah. Small baby steps. That's my motto at the moment. Small baby steps. I just want this mission over with so we can find our last colony. The question is, which colony are we going to pick? Are we going to go and pick the one in Mexico, or are we going to pick the one in North and South America? And then a mouthful. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I'm pretty confident we can finish this mission in like 10 minutes. So what will it be? What will it be? Please. Olive oil, and we'll get some fleece. Right. Let's get a bibliothèque. Let's get a laboratory, and let's finally also get a observatory. Which is all large and pretty expensive to build. Happiness monument available, that's always great to hear. Oh, let's not forget the tax collector office. Because I do gotta collect my taxes, even for the rich plebs. Oh my, look at these houses, these estates are pretty cool. Alright, so I think... Ah, we only have one company, damn. Oh, damn. I need one more company. Well, one more company and a few more horses. Oh my god, look at the amount of workers I need. There's some devolution going on, I'm fairly certain. Oh no, just more people that still have to arrive, great.
I will provide for you when you cannot provide for yourself.
Very nice, this. Oh, but yeah, this is a bit worrisome because... Oh, no you don't. Yet. Yeah, I realize what's happening here. Oh shit. I see why they're continuously running out of food, and that actually worries me quite a lot. Okay, we're good. That devolution is just really nasty. Yeah, we have food issues that I can't simply overcome. Tribute paid. What's going on over here? Oh, they need water! I completely forgot about the water! Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. There we go. Instantly, boom. Townhouse, just like that. Alright, I think it's time for me to start looking where I can actually save some jobs. Because I think I am not in a very good position job-wise. Yeah, people keep picking up horses. I think I have way too many different things currently going on. I'd love to say I have too many wheat farms, but I don't need those anymore. I don't think I need Orakai. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that little industrious center. It did help out a bit, which is quite nice. More people are flocking to the city. We have 5 horses. I need to set up one more ranch. Come on, just one more horse. One more horse, that's all I need. Bingo. Alright, and now we have Jason. What am I missing? I am missing the yearly profit. So I'm gonna have to open up my notebook and realize that I'm already losing quite a bit of money if I'm not careful. Most of our money seems to be going away from, towards import cost. So if we can cool the import cost somehow, that would help me out quite a bit. But culling the import cost is going to be difficult.
Jason of the Olympus, here to help you in any way I can.
Alright. I'm selling marble, I also am buying fleece. Which scares me because I think fleece is slowly withering away as well. I could potentially try to sell some of the armors, that would also help me rake in a profit. Don't care about selling the fleece. Collapsed building for the masonry shop. Yeah, those masonries are boned. That's alright. Alright, off Jason goes. Good luck, Jason, have fun. Yeah, all we gotta do now is just turn a yearly profit.
How much longer do I have to travel before I reach my destination? And where's Calypso?
Where's Calypso? What does Calypso have to do with this? Weird man. Okay. I don't know. Gasp.
I am so thoroughly pleased. You have fulfilled my quest.
You're welcome. Didn't even read the text, that's how much I'm panicking right now about where I can save costs. Look at that income! We might have just done it. Oh my god, we might have actually just done it. It's the armors, I tell you. Oh yeah, home free people. I hate this living block, it's awful. I know I can optimize that, that's the problem. I know I can optimize that, and I completely failed at it. Still, looks pretty neat. I'll take it. Didn't I try to do something where I
The
just...
Museum Atlantica towers above the city, and its splendid architecture is, in itself, worthy for inclusion in a museum. The new artifacts retrieved from the Mayans are on display, and Atlanteans from all over the continent have flocked to your city to see the fine Mayan metalwork, the intricately patterned fabric, and the remarkable yet simple tools used in everyday Mayan life. The latest exhibit in the museum is an ear of the Argent Maze that Demeter kindly gave to you in thanks. While everyone in Atlantis is amazed by your latest discoveries, it won't be long until they yearn for more. The time has come to see what else is in the world.
Yes, what else is in the world, guys? We have two locations. It's Copan or Cello. Cello is an ideal spot for gorgeous pyramids. Copan is the perfect spot to build a research center to foster free exchange of ideas between the Atlanteans and Mayans. Which place will it be? Or which place won't it be? Time for cope. Oh no. Oh no. I can't cope with this, can I? Alright, Copan! Time to research. Ideas.
The world of the Mayans is unlike any that has been seen before. The rich jungles are full of the most amazing plants and animals. The monkeys are the best. The Mayans share our love for astronomy, and Atlanteans have already learned much from their observations. The ways of the Mayans are still shrouded in mystery. They indulge in ritual human sacrifices that are quite barbaric. They also become quite excited when a child is born with a limp, saying that it is the sign from the great god. Their great god's name is Heth, or Hanapu, or something, and they say that he is a master builder, and even built a man made completely of bronze. Their god sounds familiar somehow. If we are to learn all we can about the Mayans, a city must be built here at Copan. Copan will serve as a research center, where Mayans and Atlanteans can come together and discuss ideas. We hope to teach the Mayans much, and trust that we will learn from them in return.
1,000 people in townhouse or better. Observatory of Cosmica. What will Mexico do for me? And that's how we're gonna get drugs into Atlantis. Oh, silver! Oh my god, this is a blessing. What? Wow, okay. And that observatory is probably a pyramid, isn't it? Yes, it is. Wow, alright. Holy. Wow. I mean, I'm speechless. This is beautiful. So what's the catch? That's always the question I gotta ask. What's the catch? Oh boy. Can't wait to find out, right? Anyways, we have plenty of cash currently to spend, so I better spend it and I spend it fast. Wait, do I even have access to Avenue? Just automatically assumed, yes I do, that I do. Alright, so we can crush this mission in the bum without a problem in the world, right? Without a problem in the world. What has Mexico ever done for us? That was expensive. I really should not have built that. That was pretty dumb. Excellent! Arrogance is already in full throttle. What can possibly go wrong at this point? A bunch of stupid pillars I don't even really need. Unbelievable. Unbloody believable. Like, that's the only fear that I have, like, the game will throw me a curveball. Oh, the Mayans all of a sudden hate the fact that you're building a city on their land, and they have invoked a righteous Casus Belli to kick you out. Prepare for war. And then like 500 of those guys immediately stampede through the door. Game over. You should have built a military. Next time, build a military. As you can see, I'm already mentally preparing myself for what this mission will throw at me. Can't wait. Oh no, hold on. The curveball, of course, is going to be we don't have access to fleece. Silly me. Yeah, we don't have access to food besides hunting lodges. Alright, I can trade with the Mayans, can't I? Let's see, I can buy oranges and I can buy wood. That's awful. I can also trade with some of the other guys, but that requires me to build adjacent to a river. Okay, the river is pretty far away, but I'll take it. I'll take it. But by the looks of it, I can actually... Wow, okay, there is no fleece. There is coral, but there is no fleece. It's been a while since we've seen coral, so it's actually kind of nice to see it back again. Oh, you blah, 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 blah. Complain, complain, complain. That's all you do. Damn game. Build some water fountains. Let's build some infirmaries. Alright, let's have the game tick on in time. Let time tick on, as they say. So yeah, it looks like most of my stuff actually needs to be imported, which is going to be interesting. It's definitely not going to be the end of the world, thankfully. Yet. And let's get like 5 hunting lodges. Oh, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 employees needed, you won't say. Well... Shit. Curveball, nice. Elysian Hall, you say? Elysian Hall. Elysian Hall. What did Zeus need? I think he wants to be adjacent to the palace, if I remember correctly. Wants to be surrounded by the palace. Let's see. Built hall near the palace could appeal. Hall is protected, 2 slabs of marble, 16 and 4 rows of wine. Easy. Those requirements are very doable. Very doable. I just realized this is not going to work out the way I want it to work out. Yeah. Oh shit, okay, well, whatever. I need to back the palace up a tiny bit. Alright, let's not blast through all my cash in one go. Let's be a bit mindful. There we go. Let's slap down some walls. Everybody loves building walls. And last but not least, we need a gatehouse. I'm pretty sure this is not going to do what I think it's going to do. Alright. So for now, let's actually grow out our city. Yeah, I do think there's an issue I need to address ASAP. There. This might look a bit funky, and yes it is, but I don't think touching the gatehouse, and that's what our guy was doing. He was touching the gatehouse but not walking through it, because there was no road behind it, so the palace wasn't actually getting the maintenance check. So it would have just collapsed on me eventually. Regardless. Right, your city needs more workers. Challenge accepted. City doesn't have enough food. Ah shit, that is true, that's very true. I would love to boost. But yes, Yivlum, let's go. Gonna be buying merchants from them, and who else can I trade with? Somebody who's willing to sell me fleece. With these guys, nobody, so it's obviously going to be Diaphragma. So then Diaphragma will also queue them up, and we will be buying fleece from them. And I probably need a third freaking docking area. And that will be with Atlantis, because I do believe Atlantis actually sells olive oil, and this is everything we need to grow out our houses. And the way that we're going to be making money back is we need to start brocking all this silver very aggressively. Which shouldn't be a problem. I mean... Right. Famous last word, shouldn't be a problem. I am so 100% going to overbuild my population here. This is gonna be fun. This is like a disaster waiting to happen. I can feel it in my bones. Oh yeah, I can feel it in my bones. Right, common Aurora. I wonder if we can actually fetch it from the things itself. Only one way to find out. A place called Tikal has been discovered. Oh my. How fortunate for us. I should check what we can get from Tikal. Maybe it's something good. Something good and useful. Change my mind on that. So yeah, the idea is by getting enough people to work in our city, we might be able to get lots of silver mines. Mayan silver. Okay, we're importing food. Perfect. Perfect. Then we get a bibliothèque. Alright, high unemployment is a issue. Only 11% unemployment, so I'm not entirely certain what they're complaining about. And then I need to start thinking about industry. So what will be a great way forward? We have access to a foundry, so... Okay, I'm gonna need a moment to very carefully think this through. As long as the border's around, bad things will happen. I haven't had access to my marble yet and my wine. Okay. That is fine. Accept please. 16 each, that will do the trick. And then I need to set up 2 storehouses purely for the marble itself. Okay, perfect. So I think I should start diverging towards bronze and pick up some bronze. I think the key part here is to make sure that we don't go completely broke. So we build a bunch of foundries right over here. I'm sure they don't mind walking a bit to mine it. I'm sure they don't mind. Haha. But yeah, employees needed, excellent. The crucial part here is just to make sure that we don't go bankrupt. I know that my city needs more workers, don't worry about it. And you will be accepting bronze, and then down here we can start making some armors. 6 armors and maybe 4 sculpture stations. There we go. And then we can slap that into some storehouses as well. And there's the gift of marble, and I still need the olive oil. How about we accept olive oil here as well for now. And this should only accept armors, and this should only accept sculptures. So, now that that has been finished, and we actually have pretty good unemployment, I'd like to keep my cities growing if possible. And maybe I should also long down some cattle, eh? But yeah, so I've already blasted through roughly about 14k in cash, and that is a lot just for starting up your city. Never go above 24. You never go above 36, and this guy never above 24 either. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Very good, very good, very good. So the main aim of the game right now... Whoa, 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 whoa. So the palace does collapse. That's good to know. I did not expect that. Either way, what I want to point out is like... the more houses we build and the better we tax, or the better we cause them to evolve, the more we can tax our people. So this currently isn't that bad of a problem, the fact that we're building too many houses. We just gotta make sure that we can manage our unemployment. Managing unemployment is not too difficult with the industry buildings that we currently have. University. Observatory. Oh shit. Does it actually fit? Unemployment is fantastic. Well, as long as they're paying taxes, I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Sure, it will be fine. Okay, let's see. The main problem that I gotta deal with right now is that... Well, that our city apparently doesn't have enough food. But also I gotta figure out how exactly I can squeeze in these big buildings without taking up too much space, because that is not working out too well for me. Get rid of this one, and then we can replace this with a laboratory. Perfect. Inventor's workshop. Done. University. Oh shit, I have two. Well, yeah, sure. Two of each. Look at the guy go.
Hunger is making me weak. So very weak.
Classic scientists. But yeah,
A lame immortal still has more power than you at my command.
Oh, you
All
son,
forges of the
he's
city will
back.
cool, and bronze will be unworkable.
Can't believe this guy. I swear, if there is one god that has tormented me more than anybody else, it's this little fella. Hepatitis.
At
Or
my command,
Hepatus.
all forges of the city will cool,
Just
and
comes
bronze will be
swooping around and just
unworkable.
lights everything on fire. It's a real prick. Where are you going, buddy? Alright, that's fine. Oh, you son of a... Can't believe it. My poor exports. My poor sculpture and armors. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to queue those things up. Make sure they're sold as soon as possible. Oh, I can't believe it. He just straight up destroyed them. Sure, he'll leave me alone now, right? Fire in the city. Townhouse. Thanks, buddy. Alright, the fires are at least being put out, which is quite nice. So I need somebody to sell my armors to. Wasn't there somebody who bought like 24 pieces? I thought there was somebody who bought 24 pieces of armor, but apparently I stand corrected. Oh yeah, what does the Cull buy? He buys grapes. Alright, so Asium, that is the guy. Alright, Asium, get ready to militarize yourself. Huh. I'd like to buy some wheat as well, and we'll sell armor and sculptures. Oh yeah, right, that was the thing. He allows me to sell both armors and sculptures, which is fantastic. Alright, so we need wine and we need good appeal. So maybe if I appeal to somebody for wine, our appeal will be amazing. No, but seriously, Asium, please, give me some wine. I beg of you. You're my last hope. You're all that stands between me and insanity. You won't turn me down now, would you? Some appeal. Bingo. Okay, so we're just waiting for 10 pieces of wine. What do we need for the observatory? Come on, fellas. We need 112 slabs of marble, 163 slabs of black marble. Okay. Alright. Now that's terrifying. I am importing olive oil, so I might as well just slap down a amphora for olive oil. You guys never got your second scientist, right? Excellent. Alright, let's slay the boar. Oh, I don't think he can actually reach this. That's a bit embarrassing. Oh god, how am I gonna do this? These are one of the moments where I really wish I had planned this out a bit better, but there we go. Right? Right, buddy? Yes, there we go. Send for Theseus. Why are these houses devolving? More food. Yeah, food remains an issue. Oh yeah, I think the nice thing about these land route imports, especially for, what was it, the 12 oranges, which is not a lot, but it's enough, is that they can be delivered basically at my doorstep, which is fantastic. I think it was Chakal. Bingo. Housing goal has been met. Alright guys, we're basically done here. Alright, I need to get myself some wheat. Let's go and fetch it. Like, this is a bit messy, I'll admit. Doing like 3 blocks at the same time is god awful. It doesn't allow you to focus and you just end up on... Like, you end up missing out on so much. And that eventually will slow you down.
There's nothing left to fear now. I'm here.
Excellent. Glad to hear that you're here, buddy. Been waiting for you. I think the observatory is the largest one. Yeah, it is. Alright, time to make it work. Okay, and then we need 1 laboratory. And we're good to go. Okay, how bad is our unemployment? City doesn't have enough food, city doesn't have enough food, I know. I know it's an issue. The call doesn't sell any food. Okay, I think this is the part where I basically like expand my cattle farms quite aggressively. And we're supposed to be able to support up to 5,000 people on average. You know how it goes with averages. They're pretty average to begin with. Alright, well this allows me to kill 2 flies with 1 stone. This also would allow me to address my unemployment issue. Some more hunting lodges. Okay. Alright, again Theseus. Attaboy. The boar is no more. And it can only mean one more thing. It is time to exploit all the silver. Time to set up a massive industry. Mints aren't the cheapest ones around. So this is really a down payment on my future, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Look at them go. That's right. Give me all the money I need. Oh my god, my unemployment. Still so freaking high. How is that possible? More mints. Except more mints, damn it. Oh yeah, that's the only issue here. There we go. How many people can actually go in the mint? I thought it was 20 per mint. It's 15. Alright, well, I mean, if I can run this industry, let's go. I'm curious how much money this will make me. Oh, it's because everything's growing into townhouses, isn't it? Probably. Shit. They quite literally have to work for their money, that's adorable. What do you mean, massive inflation? I don't know what you're talking about. So if this little fella can move, perfect. Now this is a mission I can totally get behind. Nothing like the sound of making money in the morning. Ka-ching. Like, this is really what I was aiming for in the end. By having so many people that are unemployed, we can just slap down lots of mints, and instead of having industries, we can just buy. We can buy everything. Like, what more could you ask for? Go and see the world, they said. It will be fun, they said. And all they saw was the endless mines. I guess this is like the Atlantean version of the Gulag. We just send our unwanted here. And they just make us money. Oh my god, I'm just looking at my cash amount going down. That's terrifying. This is supposed to make me a profit, I'm just saying. This doesn't make me a profit, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. At least the game hasn't yelled at me that we're about to run out of food, so that's a good start. That's a very good start. So how much cash are we making then? Let's see. Well, I spent like 9k on construction, so there's that. Alright. So the idea behind it is, our mined silver should offset our imports. Or try to set off or, offset our imports.
A lame immortal still
Ah,
has more power than
shit.
you can imagine.
Ah, shit. That can be good. Theseus. Theseus, please, help me. I don't think he's gonna help me. Yeah, he's just kinda, you know, chilling at home. Fire in the city? Gasp. Yeah, so I'm mostly just afraid because I know that he's gonna be blowing up these warehouses. All my armors. Alright, 2 armories gone. Nothing I can't replace. As long as he leaves those warehouses alone, I guess I'll be fine. I know he won't. Here it comes. Oh! What a nice guy. I was hoping by unleashing Theseus, he might actually rush to our aid, but no rushing was had today. Alright, he just decided to set my city on fire and that's it. Alright, so now we're in the prime spot to actually start working on the observatory. So we need 163 slabs of black marble and we need regular marble. So let's get started with that. Let's start by setting up at least 2 warehouses. The first one is going to be getting the black marble. And the second one should be getting probably regular marble? No, regular marble we're storing down there. So how about we get wood here? And orichalc. Man, this mission is taking way longer than I wanted it to. Alright, I think I have a trade route with Atlantis. Excellent. But that's not the guys I'm looking for. I'd like to buy black marble. No wine. Don't want to buy wine. Who sells orichalc? Who sells orichalc? And who sells marble? Minucius? Okay. And who sells wood? I know that B- sells wood. Minucius and B-. Buy the wood. Buy the orichalc. Perfect. Okay, now we can start construction, hopefully not go completely bankrupt. Now if I were to check out our cash flow at the moment, you can notice that we are mining roughly about 12k. Wow, haha, haha. That's good, that's good. We're mining roughly about 12k. And we can mine more if I wanted to. That's perfect. I think, like, in the end, snowballing like this was definitely not an incorrect idea, to put it quite nicely. Alright, anybody else who can sell me black marble or regular marble? Buys marble, buys sculptures, buys black marble. What about Pollock? Pollock sells wood. Ooh. Alright. Land trade routes it is. Pollock into coal. Anybody who sells marble? Or can I really just get it from one place? I think I can only really get it from one place. Outtalk. Okay. Time to buy it from Outtalk, I suppose. Huh. I don't actually have a trade route with Outtalk. I really thought I did. Or a trade, whatever the hell you want to call it. Trade thing. Yeah, a trade thing. Look at this madness and nonsense. Yeah, this works. So yeah, or mints are now bankrolling basically all our import. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, our unemployment has been mostly subdued, thankfully. I'm just gonna build a few extra places. Alright, employees needed. Those words don't sound too shabby. I can have even more people. Alright. More mine workers are needed. That's really good though. Yeah, so there you have it. Our imports and exports are both around like 6k, 25k. But we're still making like quite a bit of profit here. So last year we spent the 25k and we made 35k, and 17k of that, just alone 17k, came from mined silver. And the rest primarily came from taxes. Huh. Surprised. Fairly surprised. Alright, let's build an heroic figure, shall we? Oh. Not what I expected, but sure. Let's see if I can maybe beg somebody for black marble. Who wants to be nice and give me some black marble? Please, please, sir, please. I'm hurting. I'm hurting so much. Here, how about I give you some of my armors? How about I give you some of my what should I give him? Drachas? Yeah, Drachas. Little does he know it's gonna cost him more than he's gaining. Hehehe. That's right. I'm a very nice guy. Please give me black marble. Psych. I am importing, right? I am importing the black marble. I am importing the black marble. And I am also importing... Yup. Awesome. And we have pretty good unemployment again. So what's the next thing? What are you waiting for? And this is still gonna take a while, isn't it? Alright, every year I'll just simply beg them for some black marble. The same goes for Tikal. Ah shit, Tikal wants to have their backs rubbed, so there you go. A little bit of this, a little bit of pieces of armor. Like, this is one way to really kickstart your stockpiling adventures. Beg everybody to contribute. Oh, 24 pieces. So how close are we? We're done! Okay, we don't need to buy the black marble anymore. Excellent! Alright, cool. The next up is regular marble together with wood and Urukai. I don't think I need to import either of these two things anymore either.
A lame immortal still has
Here
more
we
power
go again.
than you can imagine.
Please stay away from me, my friend. Oh, don't do it. Oh! There goes all my armors. Bastard. Looks like he went after another armory. Alright, well, it's not too bad whenever he pops by. Always a nice visit. Ah, I'm missing marble. I need more marble. Who can give me marble? I think only one guy can give me marble. It's my parent city. Please, please, friend. I need marble. You don't understand. It's important. It's about exchanging ideas. Well, I say we need marble. It needs all the marble in the world, Istar. A whopping 111 pieces. Okay, we're making progress. It's like halfway done. Speaking about halfway done. 14 pieces of marble left. Alright, so next up is the pieces of wood by the looks of it. And we need more marble. You gotta be kidding me, come on. Is that it? Oh, that's it. The Observatory Cosmica has been completed. Approaching the stars themselves, the Observatory Cosmica is a place of wonder and of science. Everyone in the city benefits from the observations that the astronomers make. Ah, well, that wasn't too bad of a mission. I just assumed it was gonna throw like 5,000 different garbage things on top of my head. That's just a regular observation.
When you uncovered his
Observatory on the rock.
Imagine telling the Mayans that he was the supreme god when he knows darn well that Poseidon, Zeus, and a host of other gods are above him. The Mayans have been set straight, and Hephaestus has hobbled back to his forge. The research center at Copan is thriving, and the Mayans are teaching us new things about their world every day. In turn, we are sharing Atlantean life with them. But there are matters in Autok that require your attention, so it is time to return.
Alright, it is time to return.
How could they? How could Azaes and Diaprepes be so rash? Have they forgotten the sacred words of the Symphonia Ithacos? Words that they have vowed to uphold to the death? Following some misguided notion, these cousins of yours have decided to declare war on each other, in direct violation of the commands of Poseidon and the Symphonia Ithacos. Neither will listen to reason, and the other rulers of Atlantis are growing nervous, fearing that the war may soon spread to other kingdoms in Atlantis. So, in defense of the continent, which will surely be devastated if the cousins aren't stopped, an army must be sent to quiet Azaes and Diaprepes.
Crap, we are America. Alright, let's kick them down, shall we? So, right off the bat, the two people that we got punch right in the gut was Asium and Diaphragma, right. Both of them have built up a significant army. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. This is not gonna be fun at all. I have to set up a military base near them. It's all to defend them from themselves. For the common good. Azium has become a rifle. The Eophrite has become a rifle. Oh my. Who could have seen this coming? They must have heard about how we're planning to protect them.
You will be thrilled when you see what I have.
They didn't like the idea. They don't want to be protected. They want to live on the edge, like there is no tomorrow. Alright, well, here we go. I probably also should try to see if we can build a few additional ships, right? Frigates, let's go. Okay, well, the lack of space is a bit unsettling. Oh my! Yes, the temple is next. Alright, there we go. We now have a full fleet of warships. That's all I ever wanted. This one is in a very awful spot though. So how badly does this hurt my... No, that actually isn't too shabby at all. Look at that. Alright, so next up is a temple. Which most likely is a pyramid. Temple to Olympus. We need 111 marble, 53 black marble, 22 loads of wood and 27 order calks. Nailed it. Here we go, that's what I was looking for. I'd love to build a citadel to Poseidon, but must be built on clear land. No city can support more than 4 sanctuaries. Gasp. Should be fine. And I probably need to get at least 2 more horse farms, so let's do that as well while we're here. Did I say 2? I meant more like 50. An additional chariot factory. Just gotta squeeze in all the military buildings we can. Any chance that I can buy some more wood? The answer is yes, but who am I going to be buying it from? So that means that 2 people stopped trading with me. Including the guy we used to buy fleece from. Is there anybody else who's willing to sell me some fleece? Ooh, to call. Alright. I'd like to buy all the fleece, my friend. And then there is somebody else. Somebody else. Anybody else that's willing to sell me some fleece? Doesn't look like it. So let's start by raiding the city as aggressively as we can. And we're gonna plunder some fleece. I'm actually very concerned at the moment that the fleece that we have is not enough to survive. We've been burning through it quite quickly. I don't think the current amount of fleece we're currently getting already is enough. I would have loved to double down on importing it, but... not feeling confident enough. Employees needed. Wait a minute, why do I need more employees? Oh shit. They need more food. Oh yeah, because hold on, one of my other trades... yes, the wheat that I was buying is not being bought anymore. What about my new colonies? Sells wood and bronze. Well, how about we establish a trade route with... No. I'm already am importing that stuff. Woo. Can sell me more food. More oranges from Ampher. Alright, let's go for more oranges from Ampher. Oh. What the hell did I just delete? Guess we'll never know. Nobody else wants to sell me any food, do they? That's my main concern at the moment, that we're just simply gonna run out of food. Oh, hold on, all 3 of them are selling urchins, so how about we establish a trade route with the 3rd guy? Zilyuf, there we go, and we're also gonna be buying urchins from them. Oh, I deleted the urchin guy, right, that was it. That's probably the guy that I got rid of. By accident. I'm not buying black marble anymore. Buy more urchins from Yemen. Right, basically Yemen is the way that I make my money, make my food. That's how I stay afloat.
I will provide for you when you cannot provide for yourself.
Well, that... oh shit, but that's gonna hurt my appeal, isn't it? Like, I'd like to think that this is enough to take down the enemy, but I know that it's not even close to being enough. More fleece, yeah, sure. Until they receive some armor. I think I might need to stop exporting armor. Athena.
I'd love to help you with your construction.
And there we go, Temple of Olympus being completed. Surprisingly enough, that went pretty well. Postpone it. Get at least 2 more granaries dedicated to fleece. I think fleece-wise we're gonna be fine for a while. There we go. Okay. Next up. Needs armor, produces wheat. My oh my, hold on. Perfect opportunity just arose. Gonna kick him. Some of that sweet, sweet wheat. Like, one way I gotta figure out is how do I weaken their defenses quite reliably? I always feel like raiding might actually weaken their defenses over time, but it never seems to budge. Tribute paid. Okay, I think it's about time that we start murdering them. I'll probably buy some armor. I can also buy bronze. I am buying bronze. Okay. We're good on the fleece. Dispatch the wine. Nurses regard you more highly. Wow, I can't even store all the wheat. Okay. Alright, I think our war fleet is ready to be sunk to the ground, so let's do this. Do I even have enough wood laying around? I feel like I don't. Maybe I could import some more of that as well. Yeah, I don't know if raiding actually weakens him. That's okay. So out of the two, I first wanna try to subdue this guy. So we're gonna go all in. Oh boy. It's pretty sad because if you think about it, look at how big of an army we're sending, right? This massive army, and we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose, we're not even gonna win it. That is so sad. We have the population, we have the temple, all we need is to subdue our enemies. To protect Atlantis. You conquered Asium! I stand corrected. I stand corrected, we did it. Can't believe it. Alright, but that opens up this trade route again. Asium, and we can buy wheat again. Sweet, sweet wheat. Alright. I'll give it a few minutes to recover. But I don't think we need that much time. Also, I think we're limited currently by chariot makers. Actually, I say that. Oh, you guys need better appeal, you say? Consider it done. Good morning, Shen. How are you doing? Look at how everybody immediately evolved. That was beautiful. They need chariots. Chariots are being delivered. These guys can't evolve because they're not happy. Who's the glowing green guy? I believe that's the meter. The goddess of harvest. Okay, I'm pretty sure she has a more official name, but I'll cover the goddess of harvest. Come on, guys, you can do this. Come on. Just need a little bit of evolution. Not too much to ask. It's a pretty fine morning, that's good to hear. Very good to hear. Okay. Alright, time to conquer these bastards. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Look at all those chariots. How weird will it be, you know? You send out an invading force. And then you put chariots on top of a boat. That sounds a bit counterproductive to me. Like, you bring the horses and the chariot, you unload them, you're inside the city itself, and you're like, alright. Let's get on the chariot and start driving around. Might just be me.
The war between Azaes and Diaprepes is over, and they have been whisked back to the city of Atlantis, where Atlong will make sure that their differences are resolved before he allows them to resume leading their kingdoms. The soldiers of Autok performed quite well in the battles, a remarkable feat considering their lack of experience in the ways of war. Hopefully, no other Atlanteans will ever have to know the cruelties of war.
We did it. We did it.
All is well in Atlantis. New specimens from the Mayan colonies arrive every day and are prominently displayed in the Museum Atlantica, much to the delight of Atlanteans everywhere. Autok is a booming center of commerce, and traders from near and far come to the city to ply their wares. And after years of being at odds, Azaes and Diaprepes have finally resolved their differences. The Symphonia Ithacos is upheld, and the world is at peace.
The world is at peace. Through force. Yeah, Shan, sorry you just arrived during the last part of the last mission of this adventure. Which means this adventure is done. We have enlightened the West, which means that next time we can visit the life in the Mediterranean with Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean Sea is the final frontier, while people live along its shores, and what resources can be found to enrich life on Atlantis. The adventure is an average in difficulty with 4 parent and 2 colony episodes. Damn, that's easy. But that will be for next time. I'm actually very glad we were able to do an entire adventure this time around. So yeah. We'll wrap it up here. We'll be back next week with more of this, but for now I'm gonna switch to rogue tech and we'll do some rogue tech and we get to shoot some tandem rockets and I'll probably get mad somehow. I'll have fun. Either way, that was it for this, so thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you next time. Have a good evening and I'll be right back. Well, I say be right back, but let's be fair, it's gonna take 10 minutes to start up the freaking game. Either way, I'll be right back.